Ladies and gentlemen, Chris of the Polish Geek, and welcome to another video, another top 10 list. And I decided to do top 10 best video games of 2023 because the amount of good quality video games that we got this year is so massive. Like, we got so many awesome video games. Like, we haven't gotten this many video games literally in the last 5 years. Like, literally, this year has this single year had a much bigger number of awesome quality video games than last 5 years. Like, I mean, sure, in 2022 we got Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok, but those are only 2 games. But in 2023, like, as I just said, we haven't gotten this many awesome video games in the last 5 years. And what's more, there's still plenty of video games from 2023 that I still haven't even played. Like, I still have to get around to play Final Fantasy 16, Sea of Stars, Jedi Survivor, Armored Core 6. Like, yeah, I haven't played any of those video games, and already I'm very much willing to bet Final Fantasy 16 at least and Sea of Stars are actually better than at least first 4 games on this list. But haven't played them yet, really want to though. But as I said, because there are still plenty of video games from 2023 that I haven't played, this list is very easy, subject to change. And also, Spider-Man 2 came out too this year, although heard mixed things from it. Like, some people say, awesome, amazing game, one of the best games they ever played, but then there is another camp that says that apparently this game is insulting to Spider-Man. But if I'm being honest, don't know, don't care. I haven't played the first Spider-Man, so I don't really care all that much either way. But here are my top 10 favorite video games of 2023. More specifically, favorite video games that I played, because, as I said, there's still plenty of video games 2023 that I haven't played. But now, let's get to my top 10 favorite video games of 2023 that I played. So, at number 10, Warhammer 40,000 Boltgun. Like, I'm not particularly familiar with the world of Warhammer. This is one of those franchises though that I always wanted to get into though, both Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000. So, this game was a very nice introduction to the world of Warhammer, and I really loved that game. I really loved the old style shooter style, kind of Doom style and all, and I really like the hellish atmosphere and the level design. And also, playing this game is also very nostalgic because it brings me to days of my childhood, how I would come to friend's house and we together would often play the old Doom games on the PC and all. The level design in this game is admittedly pretty repetitive, but I think it's kind of understandable. It is an old game after all, but overall, I really like the hellish world of this game, the cool enemies, and also all the blood and gore and the variety of weapons. And I'm also glad it introduced me to the world of Warhammer, and I'm really curious now more about the world of Warhammer. So, Warhammer 40,000 Boltgun at number 10. Number 9, Blasphemous II. Like, this is one of those overlooked video games that I really think more people should play. I really love the creepiness of this game and the challenge. It's a pretty challenging game, but it's also fair. And I also think that if you wanted to ever do a religious horror video game, then this very much is it. Like, this game very much is obviously inspired by the Roman Catholic lore, and it's done in such a creepy way and disturbing way, but I love it. And I'm a Roman Catholic myself, by the way. And I also love the art in this game, and the pixels are great. And the first game was also pretty great. And I think Blasphemous 2 is a fantastic sequel to an awesome first game. I actually done a trailer reaction to this game too, by the way, but didn't get around to reviewing it. And ultimately, it's hard to say if I prefer Blasphemous or Blasphemous 2. But both games are fantastic and I think more people should play them. So, Blasphemous 2, awesome religious horror video game. Number 8, and this here I'm cheating a little bit because it's more of a remaster, but oh well. But that's Metroid Prime Remastered. Like, I was wondering if I should put this game here at all, because this is technically a remaster of a old GameCube game, but oh well, it was technically released now, so I guess it counts. But this is my first time ever actually playing Metroid Prime. I've been hearing nothing but great things about Metroid Prime, but really my only familiarity with Metroid were Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion. But I really loved Metroid Prime Remastered, and now I understand what people who played the game for the first time, long time ago on GameCube, were saying when they were saying how awesome this game is, because this game is totally deserving of all the praise that it got back in the day and it's getting now, because it's just so awesome. I love the world and the atmosphere of the game, and playing as Samus. And especially that Samus has always been one of my favorite video game protagonists. So playing as Samus is awesome, and I love the whole interconnected world on an alien planet at all. And the gameplay is also really fun. And the enemies are cool. And the bosses are also pretty awesome. My favorite Metroid game is still Super Metroid. But now I think Metroid Prime Remastered might be second, and I really wish they also remaster Metroid Prime 2 and Metroid Prime 3, because I want more Metroid Prime. Number 8. Resident Evil 4 Remake. And this is actually a pretty similar situation as with Metroid Prime Remastered, because I'm one of those people that missed out on Resident Evil 4 Original, so this remake has pretty much been my introduction to the game, but I love this remake so much that I totally ordered Original online, and now I got it, and I'm about to start playing it soon, and I'm even planning on making a video where I do a comparison of Remake and Original. We'll see which one is better, but either way, let's focus on the remake now, because the remake was simply so awesome. This is a really great third-person shooter, great atmosphere, awesomely designed environments, really awesome story, great characters, and really fun boss battles. I can only imagine what the original Resident Evil 4 was like and how much it broke new grounds. And while I don't necessarily think this remake broke new grounds, it's still all around an awesome game with an amazing story and amazing characters and fantastic creepy atmosphere. My only regret is that I didn't play the original back when it came out, because I can only imagine what it was like for gamers to experience the original back in the day and what type of new awesome gaming grounds it broke back then. But overall, I really love Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I'm totally now excited to play the original, because, as I said, the remake had fantastic story, great characters, and awesome environments, awesome beautiful graphics, and overall, all around, an awesome, amazing game. Number 6, and this is the game I reviewed here, so I'll just briefly talk about it, but that's Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and this is literally the best 2D Mario game since Super Mario World, because post Super Mario World, almost all 2D Mario games seem pretty much the same to me, and all derivative of each other, and I can't really recall much about them, but Super Mario Bros. Wonder actually is innovative, and it totally elevated the magic of Super Mario World. Like, the visuals and graphics in this game are beautiful and a feast for the eyes, the level design is great, and the overall game is awesome and a lot of fun to play. This is totally a new chapter for 2D Super Mario games. Number 5. Hogwarts Legacy. Like, yeah, I've been promising to review this game for you guys for a long time, and I'll try my best to get this review out on February 10th, but I was constantly getting distracted with other video games, but I did ultimately get the chance and get around to play this game, and I think this game is phenomenal. It's a ultimate Wizarding World video game, and I still think that the harassment and hate that J.K. Rowling is getting for having her opinions is simply getting out of hand, but oh well. If people choose to hate on her just for her opinions and boycott all the Wizarding World material, then oh well, their problem, they're missing out on a fabulous video game, but I really love Hogwarts Legacy. I love exploring the Hogwarts Castle and all, as well as Hogwarts Castle grounds and all. And also it's pretty obvious to me when playing this game that the creators of this game very much love the books, because yeah, the Harry Potter movies are amazing, but I always felt the books were even better. They are actually some of my favorite books of all time, and it's pretty obvious to me that the creators took some inspirations from both the books and the movies, and I think it's awesome. I also really like the story of the game and all, and it's so immersive to walk around and explore all Hogwarts and Hogwarts grounds. So, I think this is by far the best Wizarding World game ever. I also like the old Wizarding World games, like Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Those were pretty fun Zelda-style video games, but I think Hogwarts Legacy is the ultimate game in the Wizarding World, and the fact that it's an original story just set in the same universe makes it all the better. So, but if you want to know more of my thoughts of Hogwarts Legacy, then let's wait till February 10th when I'll do my best to finally do the review I've been promising you guys for a long time. Number 4, Super Mario RPG Remake. Like, I already reviewed this game, so I'll briefly talk about it, but I really love this game. This game is pretty much what Spyro Reignited Trilogy is to original Spyro games. It's pretty much the same game as the original SNES game, but with upgraded modern graphics, and I think this is simply wonderful. I love how this game combines Mario and JRPGs, two things I love, and there as a result you have a very wonderful result because of that. And also another thing I have to mention is that if it wasn't for this game, or at least the original SNES version of it, all our favorite Mario RPGs and one of my personal favorite, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, would never exist. But overall, I think Super Mario RPG Remake is a fabulous remake that I didn't even know I needed. And now, my 3 and 2 I've been debating because they're kind of switching around, so tomorrow they could totally be reversed, because I'm really debating which one is number 3 and which is number 2, but today at least, for number 3, I decided to go with Boulders Gate 3. Like, Boulders Gate 3 is an all-new, innovative RPG. I remember how back in the day I played first Boulders Gate when I was like a kid and I really loved it, and now Boulders Gate 3 totally brought me back in time. And I also think Boulders Gate 3 deserves to be honored among the likes of other awesome RPGs like the Witcher trilogy, but especially Witcher 3, Skyrim, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Knights of the Old Republic. Yep, I think Baldur's Gate 3 totally deserves to be honored among those. Although admittedly, the character creation is a little bit cringy, but once you get past that, you have an awesome game with a great story and complex characters. And I also love how Baldur's Gate 3 goes very much above and beyond with the choice. RPGs in general give you a choice, but I really think Baldur's Gate 3 goes above and beyond with that. But then again, this is something I already reviewed, so let's move on to my number 2. Number 2, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. And now this video game requires a lot of commitment, so if you want to play this game, you truly have to have time for, because you truly have to really commit your time to this massive video game. But once you do, it's truly an experience. Like, I love the graphics and the open world of this game, and also my favorite Zelda game has always been Ocarina of Time. While I thought Breath of the Wild, while an amazing game, I always thought it was a little overrated, but I think Tears of the Kingdom is really now competing with Ocarina of Time as the best Zelda game, because Tears of the Kingdom has an amazing open world of Breath of the Wild, but also an awesome classic Legend of Zelda style story. And I just love it so much. I also love the boss battles in this game, and the side quests, and all that, and exploring. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is a true magnificent Nintendo masterpiece, and one of the best Zelda games ever made. Possibly the best one, actually, but this game truly requires a commitment to play it. But personally, I think it's very worth it, and it possibly would even be my number one if it wasn't for my actual number one, which I think you all know what it is. But my number one favorite game of 2023 and the winner of the Game of the Year award is, come on, you already know that it's Lies of P. Like, this game is such a magnificent masterpiece. This is a perfect Souls-like game, and I keep having to remind myself that this is not a From Software game, but when you play it, you just forget it, because it totally could be one. And if it was From Software, it would totally be one of their best ones, which says a lot. But this game has everything. Awesome art, awesome beautiful art style, great story, great characters, awesome atmosphere, cool enemies, epic boss battles, and interesting philosophical themes that really make you think. But Lies of P is also the biggest shock of this year too, because this game is just so fabulous. Like, this is literally possibly now the second best game of the decade, right after Elden Ring. But Lies of P is simply fabulous. And the game is also very challenging too, but it's also fair and well balanced. And when you play it, you just can't put down. This is just one of those games, once you start playing, you just can't put it down. But I'm happy to give a Game of the Year award to Lies of P. This game is simply a masterpiece, and it's also a biggest shock of the year. But here, ladies and gentlemen, are my top 10 favorite video games of 2023. But as I said, there's still many video games that I hear nothing but great things about that I haven't played. Like, I still have to play Final Fantasy 16 and Sea of Stars at least, but as I've been saying, I haven't seen this amount of awesome video games in the last 5 years. But I'm really happy to say that 2023 was simply a fabulous year for video games. And press the like button, please subscribe to this channel, and I'll talk to you soon in another video. Talk to you later, bye!